Hi, I'm here today with Stephen Pegg in the Lloyds offices in Bristol, and we're going to be hearing a little bit about what you startups need to be thinking about. So thank you very much for being with us today, Stephen.
Pleasure. Thanks, Brooke.
Imagine I've got my idea.
Yep.
I've asked everyone I know, and they think it's a good idea as well.
Yep.
What do I have to do? How, in terms of Lloyds banking group commercial, what do you think I should be thinking about right now?
Well, first of all, well done, and what an exciting time it is to be starting a business. There's about 20% more business startups this year than last year, and that was up on the year before as well. So where many people are feeling, this may not be a great time for business, actually many people are taking the plunge, and evidence shows that businesses started in the tougher times, particularly coming out of a recession as the economy starts to grow, can be some of the most successful ones, so that's great. Having an idea is fine, but a plan is even better. So one of the things that really makes a difference is if people have thought through how they're going to achieve that idea, put it into practice, and I think the other point that you mentioned there of talking to friends is also very important. So getting a little bit of advice. So beyond that, I suppose, and in helping to develop that plan and being in the best position to get off to a flying start, really finding out as much as you can about your potential customers and what works and how things work in the industry. And at Lloyds Banking Group, we can help a bit with that because we've got some really great guides, not just to starting up, but some of the key factors that are really important in different market sectors to help you think that through.
And how can I get access to those? Do I go online? Do I call my local bank? What's the process?
Any way you like, really. So we have online guides, exactly as you say. So on our Lloyds TSB website or Bank of Scotland website in Scotland, we've got information on starting a business and lots of online guidance. But actually walking into a branch and asking for one of our packs that helps you free of charge to think those things through and go through a bit of a planning process. In fact, for new customers, we actually offer an interactive free business guide that we do with Sage, who do an excellent job in building something which really almost fills itself out, asks you the key questions, prompts you, and then prints out reports and so on so that you've got everything that you might need. The other thing I'd say as well, this isn't just a paper exercise, and things don't always work out to plan, do they, as we all know. So it can be very helpful, and a lot of businesses these days start gradually. They dip their toe in the water, they start to test things out. Maybe even before they've left employment, they've started things on a part-time basis, maybe working from home, and about 60% of our customers actually do work from home as well.
Okay. In terms of actually applying for a business banking account, what sort of things do I need? Because I imagine it's quite scary for some people going into the bank, and if you're not really that au fait with finance and things like that, what do I need to actually have in mind?
Well, Brooke, we try and make it as unscary as possible, and in practice, the way that you compete in this market, because lots of people want to do business with new businesses and open accounts for them, is to really be that friendly, welcoming place and make it as easy as possible. If you're a personal customer already, that's even more straightforward because we'll have already identified you and got all the background that we might need. It takes a little bit longer, and there's a bit of identification to be done for a brand new customer who's previously not had contact with us. But maybe bringing along your business plan, and if you've got any information on what you've done before, that can be extremely helpful as well. But we'll guide you through that. Relatively straightforward, simple process. You can even kick it off online. We try and keep that to 1 or 2 pages of an application form, minimal details, and then we'll have a meeting and just talk it through. And I think that's the best way to start.
Okay, it sounds fairly easy. Let's fast forward me to a couple of years down the track.
Yeah.
I'm going really well with my business.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about expanding, maybe buying a new or bigger office, or buying an office. Perhaps I've been at home, running out of my backyard for a little while, or just doing something that means that my business will grow. Don't have the money. how can you help me get the money, Stephen?
Okay, well, I'm going to take you back a little bit in time.
I'm getting a bit ahead of myself.
Exactly. So what would have been really helpful is if you started off with good books and records and so on at that very beginning stage.
Right.
And one of the things that we offer is a free trial of cash flow and accounting software, so that you've got that kind of good set of financial records that can stand you in good stead for those times. But it's great that you're starting to expand, and a lot of businesses do, after a year or 2 years, do need to start looking for finance, and that's where our understanding of the business and the good relationship that we've got with our customers really starts to pay dividends. So hopefully you'll have kept your business manager, and our customers have their own business manager in touch with how things are going, and we'll be in a good place to help you with that. For short-term requirements, and very often if you're starting to expand, you're going to need some money to buy stocks, or if you're offering credit to customers so that they take a little while to pay you, you might need some working capital. And working capital is about an overdraft, maybe factoring, which is an alternative form of finance, or actually business credit cards. More useful for very short term, and they're quite a good means of covering the travel and expenses and so on that an expanding business needs. Mm-hmm. For equipment and vehicles and so on, then loans or hire purchase can be very useful and important. And certainly when it comes to buying premises, then a commercial mortgage is what you need. Your manager will help you through all of that. Okay. And for a fast expanding business, what we'll also be keen to talk to you about is alternative forms of finance, like equity. So there are business angels. You think of Dragon's Den, don't you? And the kind of people who are prepared to invest alongside you in your business. And our managers are closely in touch with business angel networks, and maybe even be able to introduce you to those and help you put together the best possible compelling case, so that when it comes down to it, they're in rather than they're out, if you see what I mean.